individual for one fall.
One fall.
Introducing first.
I believe we have another match in our. Never mind.
Oh,
Top floor.
business is gonna pick up.
Suite.
You know this guy.
Business is gonna pick up. I'll take that much.
I gotta say, Kerry, this guy's really growing on me. I know he's a longtime tag team champion partner of yours.
Indeed.
This guy, I like this guy.
You know, he might not deliver all the time, but he certainly tries.
I've never seen him
Welcome to Class 41. I'm the newsman Billiard. This is Conrad Pollock, and we're being joined by the pillar of the community, Kerry Killam, and known affiliate of Logan Green.
And the
fellow member of Money Talks.
The next NBWA heavyweight champion.
The new #1 contender, Kerry Killam. So here we are. Looks like we're going to be having our next match is post-intermission. It's going to be Big Bad Logan Green as advertised, taking on the Grey Cup winner, Dan McCullough. It's going to be quite a matchup. This has been something that has been brewing ever since the Monster Mash Rumble, where Logan Green would challenge the former Grey Cup winner, Dan McCullough, to some sort of football tackle-off where they both assumed a three-point stance. And in a highlight reel worthy moment, Logan Green nearly inverted on himself. Now, I digress. They're going to settle it in a proper match. They did meet up in the ring at the same time last month during a six-man tag match, which contributed to both this match being booked as well as our main event, which is a tag team ladder match for the NBWA Tag Team Championships. So, Kerry Killam, as a man who's frequently tag teamed with Logan Green, what are you expecting from this matchup?
Well, I think the real underestimation that Dan is coming to this match with is he doesn't seem to be giving the proper reverence to the fact that LG himself does have quite an extensive football background. High school winner. And you know what a winner does in high school? He plays football. But not Dan.
Well, be that as it may be, it's going to be a wrestling match, and I have to give the edge to Logan Green. I didn't think I would say this, but he's way more experienced than the newcomer, Dan McCullough, but Dan McCullough has a lot of athleticism and a lot of desire to punch Logan in the face. So will he get his licks in? Will he get his licks in and then Logan Green will win? I can't wait to find out.
At the end of the day, it's just a shelf.
I mean, let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. I think the real funny thing about this all is that you see Dan McCullough come out in his old uniform. Really gives me the same impression of one of those 40-year-old men hanging out in a high school parking lot in his Letterman jacket.
Well, be that as it may.
Can you come back every month?
The past is the past, Dan. Move on. Move on.
You are a delight.
Yeah. Of course, Dan McCullough training at the River Valley Athletics Club. A lot of great CCW superstars coming out of that facility, the likes of Spike Cassidy, Salem Wilder, just to name a few. Salem Wilder we're going to see in action here later tonight. Dan McCullough, a huge fan favorite. He's had a great influence on the community. Not only a Grey Cup winner, he's coached. He's worked with a lot of the athletes here as well on that football, in the sport of football, but he has decided that he needs to transition to professional wrestling. And we're very excited to see what he's going to bring to the table, how some of that skill set is going to transfer. And this is his first singles match in CCW, and he is swimming in deep waters against someone as savvy and experienced as Big Bad LG, who knows every trick in the book and has a repertoire of success, a LPW champion as well, reigning and defending up in Atholville, up in the North Shore of the NBWA, the jurisdiction, if you will.
Well, listen, Dan McCullough was a hell of a football star, but I gotta say, that deserves an applause. You're right. I gotta say, Dan has got to be on the lookout for that 3-point stance. If Logan gets that 3-point stance, I mean, it's going to be curtains.
Well, I mean, it's really a question of whether or not LG is going to play Dan's game or Dan's going to play LG's game. And I think given the experience differential that we're seeing right now, they're going to be playing LG's game this entire match.
Just speaking of seeing there, you can see that Logan Green's wearing those meta glasses, so I hope everyone enjoyed his entrance today. That I'm sure has made quite the spectacle. I look forward to really getting that first-person Logan Green experience. You know, I feel like I'm getting some splash damage right now from the audience.
Well, it'll be what everyone wants to be Logan Green, clearly. I mean, they're finally getting what they want.
There's a lot to be said about the penthouse lifestyle, and there's a lot less to be said about the outhouse lifestyle that most of these people live.
Speaking, did they ever get Walt Wonderful out of that septic tank? Or
Not yet, no. He is
still currently down there. There's going to be a candlelit vigil here pretty soon.
Well, you know, the Wonderfuls have been through a lot worse, and I know that because I've put them in those situations. So Walt will survive like the cockroach his family is.
Yes, the indomitable species of cockroach, but Logan Green still taking his gear off.
Well, you can't rush perfection, Billiard. Nobody has a more electrifying entrance in this company than LG.
Well, Dan McCullough, a football veteran, going to be used to waiting. A lot of whistle blows in football. It's certainly a game of inches. What are we predicting here for the starting moments of this match? Because I got to believe Dan McCullough is going to try to finish this thing fast. He's going to try to just outpace and outmuscle LG right off the hop. But
I'll be honest with you. The way I'm seeing this right now, this is a race between a couple of four-legged beasts. But the difference here is Dan, bit of a thoroughbred, really ready to make that run. But I'm not sure if he's going to have the conditioning from his long space between his football career and now to really stay up with it. Because LG himself, he may not be a thoroughbred.
Oh, but he's got the look at that.
Oh, he ripped that shirt right off.
Every woman in this
LG is what I would call a bit of a zonkey. He's a hybrid of a zebra and a donkey because he's got that mule stubbornness, but he's got that zebra style. So
every woman in this building just fainted.
Absolutely.
From the zonkey.
From the zonkey.
Someone needs to put that on a t-shirt.
Zonkey Kong himself. But I mean, nothing kicks like a mule.
Well, I guess Dan's in for a barrel of fun then.
Yes, sir.
All right, can Super Dan
I mean, he didn't just take that shirt off, Billiard. He ripped it off. That's the strength of Logan Green.
He wanted nobody in the audience to potentially take that shirt home. He had to just send it.
Well, I mean, imagine, too, that LG shirts are roughly about 2,000 thread count Egyptian cotton, so that is no easy feat.
Just give that away.
That's well-traveled. All right.
Ridiculous.
So the influence that Dan McCullough has had on this community, that is what's driving these fans to come here. They're chanting Dan. They're ready to see LG mix it up, but there's no way LG is going to lock up clean with Dan McCullough right now off the hop. He's got to get in his head first. He's got to play the psychological game, and then he's going to try to capitalize. For some reason, I don't see this match going outside of the ring. I think we're going to go start to finish right in there. But LG's got to have a game plan.
He always has a game plan, Billiard. He's already been executing it. Look at Dan. Dan's already getting frustrated. Again, Logan Green with the in-ring experience. Dan McCullough, a successful football career.
Can he transition? Can he bring those skills here?
That is the question, and we're going to see. I'll grant it to you. We haven't seen the answer to that yet, but...
Maybe.
Oh, he doesn't want to get into a test of strength with Logan Green.
No, there's no way. This never goes well for anybody.
Well, you've got to understand that if LG's asking for a test of strength, it's really a test of intelligence.
Has Dan seen the show is the question. They want him to try to look up. He's got to be ready for that kick. He's got to get ready to defend it.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
LG locked the fingers first on both hands before he went for the kick. But it looks like they're still in this. He's kicking them, but...
Very nice.
Dan's been able to stay in there. He's got to overcome that advantage on the small muscles, the little ligaments in the wrist. He's just going to put the boots at Dan McCullough.
There we go.
You're seeing a wrestling lesson here, folks.
Yeah, never fall for the test of strength.
I got to say, LG, since returning from his injury, has seemed to be almost bionic in those kicks.
Oh, wait a second now. Dan is muscled back up out of the position, and those fingers are intertwined. LG's not going to be able to get out of it, but Alex has got to break it up there in the ropes. But now Dan has got his hands on Big Bad LG.
Oh,
and he takes him for a ride.
This is no problem. This is no problem.
Dan's
LG
got
will
to
come
stay
back
on
from
him.
this.
Hey, he's sorry. Look, it's a heartfelt apology, Bill Yard. He should accept it.
Dan's got to stay in the moment. Remember, he's in a wrestling match, gets baited in, tripped by LG into the turnbuckle. So far, Dan has fallen for every trick in the book. But when he has got his hands on LG, he's been able to send him coast to coast. So.
It's the inexperience,
It is. It absolutely is.
You know, there's a sucker born every day. And Dan looks like he's born about twice today.
What do they do in football? They take a little bit of air out for grip. Is that like one of the tricks?
Well,
I seem to recall some big deal about that in the not too distant past.
I don't think we got to worry about deflated balls as much as deflated egos when Dan really understands that LG is the superior athlete here.
Yeah, this is professional wrestling, Bill Yard, not football.
Yeah, you're right. Dan McCullough having his metaphorical balls deflated, I guess, by Big Bad LG. We'll take that home, but just now he's hung up in the ropes. And we addressed this earlier in the night. Not a place that you want to be because a veteran like LG is going to take advantage of it, utilizing the counts. Referee Alex, perfect position, staying right on him. But though, game of football is much more highly structured, if you will, than the game of professional wrestling.
I gotta say, as much as I'm digging this here, I am a little surprised that Logan Green's maintained the advantage for this long. Right away. I mean, Dan McCullough really hasn't gotten a good shot in yet on Logan.
We don't know a lot about Dan McCullough's offense, but we haven't seen a lot of technical wrestling ability because he hasn't had the opportunity to show it. This is his first singles match. We don't know what tools he has. You got to expect him to play into his strength. He's going to be looking for that tackle. He's going to be maybe looking for big scoop slams, body slams.
It's going to be a big body slam here from Logan Green.
One icon channels another.
He's starting to get up to his feet, though. I don't know what LG is thinking, but
he's going to slam him.
Dan looks a little out of it.
WrestleMania 3, baby.
Come on, LG. God, come on, please.
Oh,
please,
no.
LG. Please.
Oh.
LG spending a little too much time with the beef tartare and not enough time doing those deadlifts. Gets a big old scoop slam from the Grey Cup winner, Dan McCullough. He's tightening up the mitts. He's getting ready to lay something in. He's coming in. We got a little stinger splash on there. Knocks LG hard enough to take him down. Dan's circling. He's choosing his shot. He's getting baited in a few times by Big Bad LG. He's got to think it through before he goes for that next move.
Well, looks like he's going to go for it again. Oh, what is this? He's taking off the glove.
He's taking off the glove.
Now, wait a second.
What is happening here?
I gotta say, I can't believe they allowed him to wrestle in gloves in the first place. He's probably loaded something in there.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, he was good enough to remove it and remove that controversy.
He's still got another one on.
Wow.
Come on,
much to
ref, do
the
something
delight
here.
of the CCW audience, the sea of humanity that is here to witness this moment. The front row begging for one more. Wow, we gotta see if our camera can get around and get a good shot.
Come on, Dan. Yeah, whatever, Dan.
Is he gonna complete it? If this was a bull rope match, he'd be winning. And that, I believe, is all four corners.
I know a thing or two about bull rope matches, I'll tell you that much. And
yeah,
I don't think Dan would survive one, frankly.
It definitely takes a toll. Of course, that's why you're the new #1 contender for the heavyweight championship of the NBWA.
The next heavyweight champion.
The next heavyweight champion contender
Thank you,
of the
Conrad.
NBWA.
You have to correct that.
I understand.
And now Dan McCullough responding in kind. Oh, he's got him on the. He might have been thinking power slam.
Oh,
very
LG
nice.
slips out the back, drives Dan McCullough into the corner, kicks him in the
Oh, perfect.
Might have been a little even flow DDT, if I dare say so.
I don't think Dan's going to get up from that one. I think this is it.
LG is so confident that he can trick Dan McCullough and
Here we
reverse
go.
the tide.
2. Oh.
And it's going to be a long 2 count. LG took his time going for that pin. He could have pounced right on it right away, but I think he knows he's living rent-free in Dan McCullough's head, if you will. I know a turn of phrase that Kerry Killam hates. No one lives rent-free, I'm sure.
Well, in all
children.
honestly, I believe LG has figured out some various Ponzi schemes and squatting at times, let's be honest.
True.
There's a reason why you guys were allies for so long.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you don't get rich by spending money. Oh, talk about balls
Good
deflated. LG landing hard.
Oh,
Courtesy
my
of Dan
goodness.
McCullough. who
Oh
just-
my God!
Now the inverted atomic drop as well. What's he going to follow this up with? LG might actually be legitimately apologizing for how this match started. Oh my God! Wow! LG!
I think that might have destroyed LG's bloodline.
Oh yes!
Walt Wonderful and now LG. Wow!
That's
I can't believe LG's walking away.
all it takes is a second to recover. LG knows that. LG understands getting a little bit of breath, getting a little bit of space, taking a time out here.
The outside of the ring, a much safer place. Does Dan McCullough have the wherewithal to stay in the ring and not follow him out? LG just breaking referee
Very
Alex's
nice.
count. He's taking some time there. He's
Very
trying to get
nice.
back. The longer he stays out there, the more likely Dan McCullough is going to try to follow him.
Let's go, LG.
And that opens up a whole nother world of LG's tricks, which he can use to overcome the newcomer.
I will say Dan McCullough's not falling for it yet. He is waiting in the ring. That's what he needs to do, but well, there you go. There you go.
Look out, LG. Look out, LG. LG.
Oh, he's coming for him.
I think Logan. Oh.
Well, Dan McCullough calling his shot. but Dan McCullough having his metaphorical balls deflated. What is this
Beautiful.
match turning into?
He's big.
How
He's
has
bad.
this been legal?
Life's good. That's why.
Bill Yard, did you really think Logan Green was leaving? It was all a plan.
You know what? I did say, another long 2 count. That could have been it.
The referee get that hair out of his face, maybe count to 3.
Indeed.
Dan follows him out, and he got baited in with another trick there. LG had enough time to recover, was waiting for him to, he needed to get Dan out so he could kick the ropes unceremoniously, turning the tide again. Dan McCullough
Work him over
thought he
here.
had him, called his shot. That inexperience coming into play, but some crazy power landed by Dan McCullough. LG running in, goes for a little stinger
Oh,
splash.
beautiful.
Maybe a little payback for earlier in the match, and now he's thinking a bulldog.
Oh,
He got thrown off by
my
Dan
Lord.
McCullough. He got powered out. Landing badly is LG, and now Dan McCullough's getting ready for that big tackle. I feel like it's going to be another pounce, another big tackle. Big old clothesline. 2 clotheslines.
no.
Bad. LG getting back up on his feet. That back elbow coming in hot from Dan McCullough.
This doesn't look good for Logan Green.
LG is the quarterback of CCW right now, so I consider this roughing the quarterback from Dan. He should know better.
Oh,
If
God.
Dan-
Oh, God. Oh!
Jeez. He's got to watch because at any moment, big bad LG could turn this. A little bit further in this time, a little bit more confident. High tackle landing in the sternum of big bad LG. Now he's going coast to coast. Is he going to land this or is LG going to get out of the way? Oh my God, the post.
My Lord.
Though we're going to have to tighten the ropes after this one. That was a huge impact. You can kind of see it in the eyes of big bad LG. And he saw Dan coming in there. He knew that it was going to be a 3-peat. It was going to be coast to coast. If Dan had hit that, though, that would have been the end of LG. We might not have seen him till the summertime.
Logan Green going up. He's pretty far from Dan McCullough right now.
He is. Now, we've seen this more so up in LPW, but LG has a fantastic missile drop kick, which he used to put away horsepower Hunter Sampson up there. I'm sure to the delight of the Killam community.
Indeed.
But you see, Logan, he's getting his footing. He took some serious shots in the sternum.
I mean, when you're coming falling from the penthouse
my
like
God!
this.
Nails him right in the
There you go.
collarbone. Flush.
That's it. Oh, come on!
LG didn't have enough pressure on Dan. He was only, after the landing and the damage they took, he was only able to get an arm onto Dan McCullough. He couldn't get his full weight on there. If he had his full weight, I think he would have got him.
I can't wait till you're champion, Mr. Kellum. You're going to hire good, decent referees here?
I'm going to try. Well, at the very least, I'm going to make sure that one gets a haircut.
Fair.
Or at least a scrunchie, an elastic band, something.
Absolutely.
He looks like one of the Allman Brothers.
LG back in control. Whips reversed by Dan McCullough. LG ducks the clothesline, ducks the second clothesline, and then gets caught. Goes for a crossbody, he gets caught in a big old scoop slam. No,
Good
turns
Lord.
him to a running power slam.
Oh!
Dan McCullough hooks the leg.
No.
For a 3 count on
Ridiculous.
LG.
Ridiculous.
And your winner, Big Dan!
I'm going to say several of those shots just landing too hard, a little bit too hard, hitting the damage stacked up on Big Bad LG, and then Dan McCullough able to put him down with that power slam, and there's just nothing left to be done for LG to kick out.
If anyone seriously thinks that this is the last that LG is going to have to say about this, I think they're dead wrong.
I'm sure LG will be back next month, and I cannot wait to see the footage on those Meta sunglasses he was wearing out to the ring tonight. That said, impressive debut in his first singles action for